Welcome back, everybody. Now, I wish someone had told me. This is a book by Wendy Selebi, which is an empowering book, really, which is set to help people discover how acknowledging financial mistakes can pave the way to golden money milestones. The book shares ways in which you can embrace your financial shortcomings and, of course, unleash the power of discipline on your path to financial freedom. The author, Wendy Selebi, joins us now in studio this morning to share a bit more on this book. A very good morning to you, Ma'am Wendy. Thanks for joining us. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you so much.
You say that you made a grave financial mistake despite working for a financial institute. And it's a good thing that you're here because that, we're going to have this conversation. That's the main misconception that people have, that how can you be broke when you work for a financial institution? How can you make grave financial mistakes when you work for a financial institution?
Yeah.
Let's take us through, just take us through that. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so simply money is not a skill that we are born with, money management.
Yes.
You know, when we are born with all other skills except that. So what happens is that you start working, and it's only
Is it just a general statement, or is it certain people who are not born into using money or spending money?
Look, I think that when we are born with already with the innate ability to can walk, run, crawl, and do all of those things. But the money requires you to get the skills and the knowledge of how to manage it.
Right. I wish someone had told me. What is it that you wish someone had told you?
I wish someone had told me from day one when I started work that you're one step away from retirement. Sure. You know, when you are in your 20s, you think that you still have the gift of time.
You think that 60 years is far off?
It's far off. You think, why should I be talking about retirement at age 20? But what you don't know is that that's the time that you need to start your financial wellness journey, because it's truly about wellness. You're really not even, investing or saving for retirement, but just for financial freedom and financial wellness, which is a possibility for everyone.
If I may ask, when were your eyes open in terms of financial management and financial prudence? What led to your financial discipline?
So while I was working for the financial institution, I got the opportunity to head up a division where we were doing consumer financial education.
Okay.
And it is then, as we were doing, teaching rural communities the basics of personal money management. And as I was writing a few manuals, then I did a bit of research. And I came across statistics that said out of every 10 people going on retirement, probably only 2 have saved enough. The other 8 will either have to continue working, or they'll have to rely on their children or on, the state. And I was like, I'm not going to be that person. That's when I woke up and I really started looking deeply into my finances. Otherwise, all along I was coasting.
Sure. Ma'am Wendy, we can never talk about financial independence or financial wealth or financial prudence without, of course, touching on the issue of saving that I've just highlighted. And we also cannot talk about financial prudence without touching on debt. In your research, did you incorporate debt, or did you cover debt, and what debt is and how we always fall into the trap of debt?
Yeah, in the book I talk about it. There's a chapter where I talk about credit. Is credit your friend, or is credit your enemy? I think most of us, and I count myself in there, have never understood how credit works.
Yes.
And credit has got this thing, of sucking you in.
It does.
And before you know it, you can find yourself in the debt spiral. So the power here is that one needs to master how to use credit, and because there is good and there is bad credit.
Yeah.
So we just need to be careful how we use credit. And the NCA, when they introduced the NCA, it kind of like helped, because before, you would just access credit everywhere and anywhere without even thinking. And of course, a good credit score would guarantee that you will get the credit. So now, I think things are not as easy. You can't access credit as easily as you could have done.
Yeah, let's
before.
talk about that because, you know, bad credit and good credit is just a standalone topic on its own. It needs a whole hour just to tackle. But let's talk about this bigger scam. Well, I call it a bigger scam, that of credit profile or credit having, credit access. So how does it make sense that I have to get into debt for me to qualify for more debt? It makes absolutely no sense to me at all.
Yeah, no, it sounds like an oxymoron. But the truth of the matter is, remember how financial institutions work is that they also receive deposits from investors. And that same money is also advanced to people who are applying for credit. And so they need to make sure that the person that they're advancing the credit to has got the capability and capacity and the character to pay back. And so how do you get to find out the character, the capability, and the capacity of the person is to check how they work with money. Do they pay their accounts on time? Do they decide or they're going to play Russian roulette or dice, or this month I'm paying this one, I'm not paying this one. So it is, the onus is therefore on the credit organization to make sure that if I advance you money, you will be able to repay it.
Yeah. And you also touch on microwave wealth creation. Easy come, easy go.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what that chapter delves into. And I know there's this habit of demonizing instant wealth. You know, different strokes for different folks. Some people are just made to win. But then in the course of their journey, life happens, life confuses them, life delays them. But when the right opportunity comes and collides with their experience, and when they do eventually succeed, then it's seen as instant success.
Well, in the chapter, I don't literally talk about that, but I'm just saying when we create wealth, we need to have patience. Microwave wealth is when you want to invest 1,000 today, in a week's time, you want it to be 1 million. That's impossible.
Like these Forex scammers.
Exactly. That's how then you fall into that trap. So when I talk about microwave wealth, I'm just saying, let's be vigilant. Let's know that out there are people who are out to scam. And so when we do our investments, let's make sure that they are not exorbitant returns, because as soon as the returns are exorbitant or the time frame is short, then you should know.
All right. Wendy, great chatting to you. This is an absolute must read, especially if you want to know how to avoid falling into the debt trap. Thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure.
Great stuff. Well, we spoke to Wendy Selebi, the author of I Wish Someone Had Told Me, a book that helps uncover the keys to your financial success.